All right, people, it is Talking Texans time. And I got to put on my Talking Texans shades because this was some bullshit. I didn't do one last week because I was tired and I just didn't fucking feel like it. And it wasn't really shit to talk about with the Miami game. But this Chiefs game, they just went off 30 seconds ago. Not even that long. This is immediately after the game. This Texans team, I mean, they're not going nowhere this year. Not that I was expecting them to, but it's one of them things of how you fucking play, man. It's how you fucking play. I also have to take into account that today that you playing a fucking 13-1 team on the road. So you also have to take that into account. You know what I'm saying? You have to take that into account. But I'm just like, but it's the same thing. Now I missed the first couple of it was like 12:40 or 12:45 or something by the time I started watching the game because I was asleep. So the first it was 7-3 Kansas City when I first tuned in. You know, so I started watching from there. At that point, Kansas City had already scored. Texas had scored a touchdown, a field goal, and apparently Stroud had already thrown a fucking interception. So I'm just like, okay. I had, try to hit the ground running, figure out what's going on in the game. Offense was moving the ball kind of okay when I started watching the game. You know what I'm saying? In the first half, maybe I shouldn't have started watching the game. Maybe I should have just done something else with my goddamn Saturday instead of watching the goddamn game. Because once I start watching the goddamn game, shit just started going down the fuck hill. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you ever do that? A team is doing fine, and then you start watching the game, and then it just go. That's what happened with this goddamn game here. The Texas offense it's certain thing. It's frustrating because it's like, okay, the Texas defense now, like I said, they playing a 13-1 goddamn team. They 13-1 for a goddamn reason. And they at home. So, you expect for them to win? Nah, I'm not going to sit here and say I was expecting the Texans to win this goddamn game. I want them to, but I'm not expecting them to. But it's how you fucking lose, man. And it always goes back to where it's like, okay, the goddamn offense can't do shit. And now it done got to the point to where I'm just like, man, the play calling sucks. Because I ain't never really blamed the personnel. I haven't. I ain't never really blamed the personnel. Damn, did I say that personnel? Yeah. I ain't never really blamed the personnel. When I'm watching the games and seeing what's going on and all this other shit, now I'm just like, it was always the play calling. And I'm going to say this right now. It's some of the play calling. It is. It is. I don't know what they going to do with Bobby Slovic, whatever his fucking name is. But I don't know what they going to end up doing with him. He here for the rest of the goddamn season. But in the off season, oh man, I think it might be some reshuffling done in the off season. Because you can't blame everything on the personnel. Now, the main blame with the personnel was with the offensive line. That shit was obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. That shit just obvious with the offensive line. Even, I seen a couple of plays where I'm just like, how the fuck are you even in the NFL doing shit like that? With a couple of the blocks that I seen miss and stuff. That's coming from a blind man watching this shit. I'm sitting here fucking 12 inches from a 40-inch goddamn screen watching the goddamn game. I'm just like, I'm looking, I'm saying, how the fuck? What the fuck are you doing? You know, it's and you know, oh, and Shaq Mason was out the game at that point already too. So he obviously he got hurt early, because I think when I started watching the game, he was already out of there. So, and then Ward was out of there. Then of course y'all know about Tank Dell out of there. One of the few good things I got to see in the game was goddamn touchdown for Tank Dell, and then he get hurt on that goddamn play. And look, this shit right here. This is why I'm not watching no post game. I'm not watching shit on this game. Why the fuck is CJ Stroud? Why the fuck is you out there crying on the field? Why the fuck is you out there crying on the field? You know your dude get hurt. You like, is that your boo? Is that your dude? Y'all do know you out there playing football. I didn't see no Jaguars players out there crying when Trevor Lawrence got knocked the fuck out. I ain't see nobody out there crying when fucking DeBose got knocked the fuck out the goddamn game with Miami. You know, Tank Dell get a fucking knee injury. And this motherfucker over here on the field crying like a little bitch. Like this nigga just got ran over by a fucking semi. You know what I'm saying? Like he just got shot or some shit. Well, actually, he did get shot in the offseason. That's, well, you know what the fuck I mean. You know what the fuck I mean. Tank Dell has been through some shit since he even been in the NFL. I'm just, as far as injury-wise, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he broke his leg. He got shot. Then he got this shit. I'm like, man, bruh. He done been through it. He ain't really had no breaks. Like really, he ain't had no breaks. Every year it's gonna be something. Man. But he out here, this dude is crying. You know, and when they first put the camera on his goddamn face, and I'm like, okay, it's probably cold out there. You know what I'm saying? You know how it's cold, people's face look kind of puffy and shit like that. And you know, he's CJ Stroud, so the camera's gonna find its way to him. And I'm like, no, this nigga's out here crying. Now, it'd be different if he'd have got knocked the fuck out, like, and he was on the field like the other last two motherfuckers the Texans played. Y'all, you wasn't crying for them. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't crying for Trevor. You wasn't crying for the Bows. Them dudes, the Bows had to get fucking ICU'd on the goddamn field. You know what I'm saying? He had to get ICU'd on the field. All the shit that they usually do at the fucking hospital. You know what I'm saying? When you get fucked off some kind of goddamn way, all the shit that they have to do with you, they had to do that shit to him on the goddamn field before they even moved his ass. Was you out there crying then? It's like motherfuckers in the movies and shit. Motherfuckers in the movies out here doing this, that, and the other to the motherfucker. And then somebody on your side gets shot or some shit. You like, ah! Ah! Yeah, what the fuck you think we out here doing? You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker's laying on the goddamn field every other goddamn play. You ain't crying for them, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? If that's your number one dude, yo, Ace Boone Coon, okay, I get it. But you out here crying, nigga? Get the fuck out of here. And then the Texas offense ain't do shit after that. Not that I would expect him to either, because he was like the only motherfucker out there doing shit at the time. And then what happened? Everybody do what they always do when they play against the Texans. They start fucking around on their goddamn defensive front because the Texans offensive line can't block worth shit. You know what I'm saying? They can't block worth shit. They just fucking can't. You can't do nothing on offense. Your goddamn offensive line can't hold up. You know, like and it's, I'm like, I'm sitting here, I'm trying to figure, I watched the Texans game trying to figure out who to blame for shit. Now with shit going well, I'm looking for who to blame for shit because you know it's for the fucking happen. You know what I'm saying? You know what the fuck is about to happen. The offense is going to shut the fuck down and not be able to do nothing. For whatever the goddamn reason. Early on, the Texans will be able to move the ball and do this, but later on in the game, no. We can't do shit. And I'm looking, I'm like, okay, is it the offensive line? Is it the play calling? Is CJ holding on to the ball too long? And all you try to find out who the fuck to blame for the shit. Now it's to the point where I can't even pinpoint the shit. Early on, I was like, okay, we had all these goddamn players now. So, man, it's play calling. Because it was just some obvious ass, dookie ass plays being called. Now these motherfuckers can't get a play called. You know what I'm saying? They can't even get a play called. Fuck bad play calling. You can't even get to play in the game. The fucking delay of game penalties and shit, man. What the fuck are you doing? That's worse than not being able to get the snap off. You know what I'm saying? Mishandling the snap and shit like that. You can't even get a goddamn snap in the goddamn. I'm like, what are y'all doing? What are you doing? You know, you sit in the goddamn play. That shit's supposed to be already in fucking order. Everybody out there confused. They looking at the sideline looking at them like, what the fuck are we doing? Nigga, it's fucking 10 seconds on the goddamn play clock. You ain't even got in the huddle yet. That type of shit. The fuck you sitting in practice? What are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are you doing? That shit wasn't happening on the other side of the goddamn field. Of course it wasn't. It's the goddamn Chiefs. They're not doing stupid shit like that. That's why they 13 and goddamn 1 or whatever the goddamn record is. Damn. And it's the whole offense is just bad. They're going to have to do a whole overhaul. They're going to have to do a whole overhaul now because they don't have shit. It's to the point now where it's like, okay, like I said, I don't know who to fucking blame. Play calling, execution, you know what I'm saying? Lack of personnel, you know what I'm saying? Or lack of adequate personnel. Those are two different things. Because they had personnel for a while. They just, okay, but yeah, the personnel you got ain't doing shit. Now it's just a lack of personnel because motherfuckers ain't out there on the field. Tank gone. Cade Stover not out there. He had appendicitis, so he out for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Your other tight end that ain't been there all year, Brevin Jordan, just now. People that you would be counting on during the season, you know what I'm saying? What are they? Diggs out for the season. You know, and you already know that the coach is gonna throw that next man up shit in your goddamn face. Like, yeah, we gotta, it's next man up. We gotta come in, we gotta keep on going. Nah, yeah. You know better than everybody. That shit don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Shit don't work like that. You know, sometimes it do. You know what I'm saying? Most times, you just can't plug motherfuckers in and just keep going like you've been going. It's a reason why motherfuckers was where they had to start with. You know, it's just, it was a reason why they was there. And reason why the other motherfucker wasn't. Now with the offense, it ain't like you can just plug and play motherfuckers because now you gotta do whole new shit because you got different positions of motherfuckers going on. Then your other people are out. I don't think Hutchinson wasn't now. Mechie was out. And then you had your receiver go down. And you got fucking Jared Wayne, who was actually the one that fell in the fucking Dale's knee and hurt him. You know, that it's just who the fuck to blame? You can't blame. It's everybody at this point. You know, is that you got C.J. Stroud out there. All this shit is going to affect the quarterback. I didn't see the first goddamn interception. Second interception I saw, that was some bullshit. You know, that was on him. First one might have been on him too. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to see those interceptions to know who the mistake was on and all this other shit. So, you know, I didn't get to see pressure and all this other stuff, but it's too much. It really is, man. It's no offense. There's no offense. People want to pull Joe Mixon out their ass and all. Joe Mixon can't do shit. The offensive line can't block. Fuck, he not Earl Campbell. And even Earl Campbell got to have something ahead of him. Get that man the ball, and shit, you can't do nothing when the motherfuckers is in the backfield with you. Yeah, I don't. Well, I say I don't get it. I get it. Offense is just bad. They undermanned and they bad. You know what I'm saying? They both. You know what I'm saying? It's to the point like, okay, you watch other teams play. Well, other teams play. They spread the fucking ball around. You're not just, going all just one person. It's just like Nico Collins is not for to have some 15 reception game for 250 yards or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He probably can at some point. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying he can't do that, but you're not expecting that every goddamn week or some shit. But you're not getting none of that. Even the touchdown today was some outlier shit. You don't see shit like that. Last time I seen a long touchdown like that is when Nico Collins got hurt. Yeah. So stop throwing long ass touchdowns because that shit is not ending well. Last time we got a long touchdown like that was Buffalo. Nico Collins, boom, 60-something yard touchdown. This motherfucker, and he was out fucking 5-6 weeks after that. You'd rather have him out 5-6 weeks with a hamstring injury other than some whatever the fuck happened to Tank Dell's leg. I'm watching the game on TV. They not for the show. I don't want to see some weird ass shit. But they be like, well, we're gonna show you this play from this angle here. We're not gonna show you it from another angle, so you can actually see what the fuck happened to his leg. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll take that. The fact that motherfucker didn't get up, okay, I'll take that. I've seen enough. I watched football back in the days. I've seen enough. I saw the Joe Theismann play. I don't need to see no more. That's enough for a whole goddamn lifetime. I don't need to see no more goddamn plays after no more injuries after that. Sorry. So thank you. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's who to blame. I don't know. It's the whole offense at this point. It is. It's the whole offense at this point. And then when it comes to the defense, what you expect? They playing against the Chiefs. The Chiefs do what the Chiefs do. You know what I'm saying? You're not finna just go out there and just be like, you're not gonna have a Buffalo game against everybody like that. You get maybe one, maybe two of those a year. You know what I'm saying? They got they one. To get a second one is pushing it. Where you make a top-notch quarterback look like, you know what I'm saying? You get what? They was hoping that they was gonna be able to do that with Mahomes, but apparently not. But you got people that know how to scheme through your shit. when you watch the other team's offense keep doing the same shit over and over again. I'm like, they keep doing the same shit over and over again. It's the play calling. You got people on the other side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? We got some new folks over here. Where we at? They got some veteran people off in the back, but the people in the forefront, coaching wise, as far as D'Amico and Slowick. This is their second year. You motherfuckers on the other side of the ball been doing this shit for decades. So they got contingencies upon contingencies. And it looked like it. You know what I'm saying? They got stuff in the game. Okay, boom. And it's been coached into the players that's out there. You know what I'm saying? The quarterback. He ain't no new quarterback. You got a Super Bowl winning quarterback out there. And you got C.J. Stroud, the second-year dude, playing behind a dookie-ass offensive line. It looked like it. It does. It just looks like it. Motherfucker, get the ball. Whoop. Ball gone. Ball gone. Ball gone. People do that against the Texans all the fucking time. Ball gone. Ball gone. Ball gone. I'm sitting there like, even when they beat the Dolphins, and even with the Dolphins, I'm just like, I didn't like the fact that they quarterback can just stand there like that. That's how they play though. Your quarterback get the ball and don't even drop back. He just get the ball and it just. I didn't notice that at first until I started paying attention to the pass rush. I'm like, this motherfucker get the ball and it ain't no drop back. He do move around and shit like that. It ain't like he do that every play, but it's just like he right here. He not moving because somebody out there is gonna be where the fuck they supposed to be. It don't seem like it's like that with the Texans offense at no point. You got to do. It's drop back, keep dropping back, and then roll the fuck out. At that point, the play is broken. That means whatever that the goddamn offense, whatever the coordinator called, then went to shit already. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you see CJ roll out, unless you could tell if it's a planned rollout or not. You know what I'm saying? It's the play that went to shit already. The play that went to shit. Whatever they called was dookie. Whatever happens is upon the players that's out there on the field at the moment. That's how it was when I was watching the Texans back when Bill O'Brien was there, Deshaun Watson. All the big plays came after the original play busted up. I'm like, the coaches didn't call that. That's on the quarterback and the receivers and everybody on the field. That's their play that they made happen. Coaches had shit to do with that. And even then, it's just like, I don't, even because when the Texans get time, CJ, get back there. 1, 2, 3. And it ain't nothing back there around, you know what I'm saying? He get 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and ain't nobody around him. Notice how the ball is still in his fucking hand. At that point, you done had time to do all this shit and it still ain't nobody to throw the ball to. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody open. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nobody open. When you back there that long without any pressure. You know what I'm saying? It don't happen often with the Texans, but when it does, somebody somewhere should be open. They are on the opposite side of the team. You know, the Texans get the goddamn ball. And the defense be on the field and the quarterback get a lot of time. Man, look, it's just like ball come out. Okay, who finna catch this? Who finna catch that? And luckily we got some decent defensive backs and shit like that. But it's just you ain't gonna be able to do that every goddamn week. I'm sorry, you just not. You ain't gonna be able to do that every goddamn week. You're not gonna be able to just let the opposing quarterback just pick your goddamn defense apart like that. They know you run this and they know you run that. And they have all these intricate ass plays where they got motherfuckers doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? You got routes that open up other routes and other kind of shit. I don't see that shit with the Texans offense. I don't see that shit with the Texans offense. And if they do have it, the shit don't work. Either they don't call it or the shit don't work. You know what I'm saying? I have to depend on the announcers for a lot of shit to see what happened on the field. You just notice it and say, well, this right here happened on this play and blah, blah, blah. And this is why this guy is open right here. Blah. But on the Texas side of the ball, it's just as blah and unintricate as it can be. Everybody got all kind of weird ass routes they be running with these hit and pick routes and clear out routes and all kind of shit like that. I never hear nobody pointing no shit out like that for the Texans. First thing I heard when I turned on the broadcast today, when I first turned on the goddamn game, the Texans had the goddamn ball. It was one of those little not an out route, one of those hitch plays. Boom. Threw it out to the right. Behind the line of scrimmage, throw the ball to a receiver out to the right. And Chiefs, snubbed that shit out behind the line of scrimmage, lost 2 yards. Play after that, they run the same thing to the right. The announcer had just said, that shit ain't been working. In their words, they didn't say that, but what I'm saying, that shit ain't been working. And then they turned around and did it again. To the opposite side. You know what I'm saying? They turned around and did it again to the opposite side. It's just like they keep doing that. It don't work. The announcers is saying this shit. The Texans keep running this and it ain't working. And they did it again later on in the game. They keep running this shit and it don't work. The announcers are like, why the fuck do they keep doing that? They don't work for you. Now you can do that. And if you setting some shit up, which they kind of did with a screenplay where they kind of went like, they did the little hitch route and then they run a screen to the opposite side. I'm just like, but that was a long ass payoff for 15 yards. You know what I'm saying? You sacrifice 3-4 plays to get 15 yards on one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to set up shit. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how you do. That's how play action works. You got to keep doing certain shit. But man, that shit ain't work for the Texans hardly much at all. Them little hitch routes, nah, man. That we ain't built for that. We not. Even our screens don't work all that well. There was some other shit that I hear the announcers and shit say about Texans. Their screen game is dookie. You know what I'm saying? They do. The screen game, their screens ain't really worked all that well. It's the whole Texas offense is just subpar at this point. It just is. And the defense is gonna fall right after them because the whole point of the offense, which is what happens with the Texans, is that okay, the Texans end up getting behind by some. They always in these third and longs, or they'll be behind in these obvious ass passing downs. You know what I'm saying? Obvious passing downs. And then Your run game is below average. You know what I'm saying? Your run game is below average, so you're not finna blow nobody away with that. So ain't nobody really fearing that shit. They not. Mixing to get you 7-8 yards on a good run every so often. You know what I'm saying? But you playing against a good goddamn team that just ain't shit for the jump off. It's just not. We don't have the offensive line for that. You know what I'm saying? We just don't. We don't have the offensive line for that. Our offensive line is crackers. You know what I'm saying? And you would think the way they got the offensive line set up now that they'd have moved Howard to left guard, and you got Titus Howard at left guard, and you got Laramie Tunsil at fucking left tackle. I'm thinking you should be able to run on that side of the goddamn. Them two, you got the two biggest motherfuckers on your goddamn line over there on one side of the goddamn ball. You should be able to move the ball at least somewhat halfway decent on that side of the ball. On that side of the line. You should. You know what I'm saying? And it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It just don't. It don't work like that. Oh! It just does not work like that. And I'm just, oh man. And you're not gonna be able to do nothing else. Now, when did you think, how many of y'all thinking, okay, how many phone calls did Nick Caserio make before the end of the game for any of those receivers that's available now? Like Beckham or Deontay Johnson or somebody like that. I don't even know if you want them type of people. Well, I ain't gonna say nothing about Odell, but Deontay, I don't think they would want Deontay Johnson. I don't know much about him. I really don't. But would you want that on the team? Because they got to do something now. At this point, it's like, okay, we are where we are. We got a playoff spot. You know what I'm saying? We got a playoff spot. It's not about chasing seeds right now. It's about preparing for the playoff game. You still got 2 games to play. You got Baltimore and you got Tennessee. But you need to use those games. Those ain't rest up games. I'm sorry. You can say what the fuck you want to say. Those ain't rest up games. This ain't games where you are, okay, we gonna rest up. Nah, fuck no. We ain't playing well enough to be resting shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers that's resting gonna be rested because they hurt. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that need to be rested gonna be rested because they hurt right now. You know what I'm saying? They hurt right now, so they already on rest. This right here is for preparing for the goddamn playoff game in the however many weeks that is. To make sure you can try to get through that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what these last 2 games is. They got to bring somebody in. You know what I'm saying? As far as a receiver, some shit like that, because you ain't just elevating nobody. If it was anybody that you could elevate that was of any kind of impact, would have been up there already. So they got to sign somebody. And they got to use the next couple games to get them where they need to be on the team. It's simple as that. You know what I'm saying? It's simple as that. Yeah, and you gotta I don't know what you're gonna do about the offensive line. The offensive line itself is just something that you just gotta. You can't do nothing about that until off season, as far as any impact is concerned, unless something fucked up happen and somebody else get hurt, and you get lucky and bring in somebody off the street or somebody or something like that, off the waiver wire or whatever the fuck, that comes in and is just like, nigga, we doing this. You know what I'm saying? Most likely not to happen, but it could happen. You never know. You bring in people, you never know where your impact players is gonna come. At sometimes you just don't. This thing gonna fall. I don't need my phone falling, making me look stupid. I just keep getting further and further down. So yeah, that man, it just. I'm just watching the Texans is just tiresome. It is. It's just tiresome. You want them to do better, and you gotta fight with your emotional and your logical mind. Your emotional mind is what everybody's thinking with. You know what I'm saying? Your emotional mind is what everybody's thinking with. Most Texans fans are thinking with their emotional mind. They want them to win all the games. They want them to do this, that, and the other. And but your logical mind is thinking that they don't have all the pieces they need to do whatever it is that most people think they should be doing. You gotta think this is a second-year team. This ain't a team. This ain't a perennial playoff team. It's not. You can't connect this team with other Texans teams. This is a whole different team, whole different coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be comparing them to this, that, and the other. What the Texans did way back when. Or no, this is a different Texans team. It's all different people in the facility now. It's a second-year team. So, I mean, you have to curb your expectations of what you want them to do. And also curb your expectations on reality. That this team is probably only going to be in the playoffs because they just happen to be the best out of a crap group of 4 teams. So there's that. So the Texans might not be further as far along as a lot of people with the rose-tinted glasses on think they are. They can get there. Like I said, they can play with anybody. You know what I'm saying? It just at this point, the shit keep dropping off. There's always something. You know what I'm saying? It's always something. The defense has held steady as best they can throughout this. That's why I don't talk about the defense all that much. Ain't much else they can do. It's the offense which fell short this season. And it's a rotating, it's a constant cycle of the same shit. And then there's other shit getting sprinkled in every goddamn week. You know what I'm saying? You got your problems on your offense. You got your problems. At this point, everybody knows, okay, this is what the Texans got to work with. We can't do nothing about that until the offseason. The offensive line, just to be more specific. Can't do nothing about that until the offseason. You can make emergency moves and stuff like that, but those moves are usually lateral or downgrade. Now, and then, the penalty shit then got tempered a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got Larry Tunsil getting called for fucking false starts and all kind of stupid shit as much. Don't hear his name much. You don't. You don't hear his name much at all. That's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be hearing your offensive lineman's name during the game. You're not. They're not scoring touchdowns and carrying the ball and shit like that. You're not supposed to hear their name during the game. You're not supposed to know. You're not. Those guys are supposed to be as inconspicuous is all I knows. So it's been some of that. As far as the penalty is concerned. Now, as far as play is concerned, no, hell no. I see shit. I see some shit that just blows my fucking mind. You pay me all that goddamn money to olay a motherfucker on the goddamn officer. That shit. You pay me to do that now. Shit, I can olay a motherfucker to death. Ah, shit. Yeah, but they got their problems. Then you got the other shit that's getting sprinkled in every goddamn week. Like I say, now it's a personnel thing. A lack of personnel thing. And it ain't at this point in the season, it's not week 2, week 3 or some shit like nah, man. It's only 2 games left in the goddamn season. Before the playoffs start. What kind of moves can you make? Surprisingly, there are moves you can make. You got to be smart with those moves. You know what I'm saying? You got to be smart with those moves. But, I mean, at some point, you can't even be smart. You just got to gamble. Well, you going to pick up Beckham? You going to pick up Johnson? Or somebody else that's out there that ain't nobody, got a radar on? You got to pick up somebody. Somebody got to come in. Somebody got to get worked out. You know what I'm saying? They can't be, whoever you bring in can't be worse than the motherfuckers that you playing already. You know what I'm saying? Hutchinson ain't been out there. Mechie is, I don't know. I don't know what's up with Mechie. I know he wasn't playing, but I don't know why. I don't know if he was hurt or not. But I mean, even, he does all right. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he getting targeted a whole goddamn lot. Even though he did have a ball he should have caught last week. I'm like, yeah, that was a tough kid. Nah, the more I'm thinking about it, you an NFL receiver. That ball should have been caught. And I ain't usually one of them motherfuckers. Where they be, you reaching out for the ball, one-handed diving and shit like that, and the ball graze your goddamn pinky, and the goddamn announcers be like, you gotta pull that in. Fuck you. That's why your ass is sitting in the goddamn shit. Most of them announcers be here, yeah, you gotta pull that in. No, you don't. You know what I'm saying? The ball was out of fucking reach. What the fuck are you talking about? You come here with that shit and like you done caught every goddamn ball ever thrown your way in your whole entire life. No, you haven't. You know what I'm saying? And half of them motherfuckers be talking that shit is motherfuckers. I'm like, well, I don't even know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You over here out in this shit. I don't even know who you is. You the managed to put on a goddamn suit. Now you talking about what motherfucker shoulda, coulda. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, but that ball should have been caught. It's just like a ball today from Stroud to the one obvious drop that I saw, because it could be plenty during the game. I don't see that. I watch them on TV, so. And what's that goddamn tight end? Schultz. Ball went through his hands. I'm just like, bruh. I'm just like, come on, man. Just really through your hands like that. I see shit like that, and it's just like, I couldn't be a fucking quarterback. I just couldn't. I couldn't be a goddamn quarterback, because I would be. Quarterbacks are always upset. They show when they upset when they miss a throw or it's a drop pass. It's just like, shit. Oh, damn. And it's kind of left at that. You know what I'm saying? The initial reaction on the field. Man, look at it. I'd be like, motherfucker, you goddamn son of a bitch. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, I wouldn't be a good teammate. I wouldn't be labeled as a good teammate. Just put it like that. I can't say I'm not a good teammate. I wouldn't be labeled as a good teammate by the outsiders looking in. Anybody that played with me or anything like that would probably already expect whatever reaction. They would know what the fuck they gonna hear from me or whatever the fuck is that. It's just like a lot of those players, when those coaches get up in them and shit like that and start doing all kind of shit, and the players just You can't do everybody like that though, but it's you be like, yeah, that's what he does. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does. You know, he screams, he hollers, he cusses, and blah blah blah. That would be me. I couldn't be. If I was a coach, it'd be the same goddamn thing. I'm not one of them coaches that sit on the sideline all stoic and shit like that. Every goddamn play, I'll be like, oh, goddamn, what the fuck are you doing? Ah! And just imagine if I was a Texas coach. Just imagine if I was a goddamn Texas coach. It's like this. On the sideline, you see, the Texans do something. They score a touchdown. They get an interception or a sack. You see D'Amico Ryans. Let something fucked up happen on the field. He just like. You might catch him up for, well, I was going to do that little slow. I say it's a slow blink, but they always sort of coaches facing slow motion and shit. But it make it look like they just closing their eyes like, oh. You know what I'm saying? But you know how to see that with D'Amico. You know what I'm saying? They don't show him all the guys. Most time you saw him, he just, you know, that's what you see. Unless it's like a big play. He's just big play. Oh man, all right, yeah, he be on it. Something fucked up happened. I want to see that same shit when something fucked up happened. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the headphones hit the ground and the goddamn play pad or whatever the fuck they got get thrown across the goddamn field or some shit. I want to see that same energy. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can't do that these days. You know how motherfuckers react to shit. You can react to the positive shit however the fuck you want, but you react to the negative shit. You know what I'm saying? You show some negative goddamn emotions out there, and motherfuckers gonna look at you and start labeling you all kind of this, that, and others. No, we need that. We need that. I want to see a guy. I remember. You know that I play sports. It don't matter what sport it was. You on the field, you do some weird ass shit, and you coming back to the sideline, and you catch eyes with the coach, and the coach looking at you like, I'm gonna shoot your ass after the game. I'm shooting your ass after the game. That's the look you get. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Nah, you don't get that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's what we need to get in the NFL now. That's what we need in the goddamn NFL. We need some coaches out there that's not, just glorified little league coaches where you can't get mad at motherfuckers. I only seen a few of those. I think that dude in New York does that. I think he'll get in the motherfucking shit. I don't know how many other coaches do. I don't know how many other motherfuckers do. And I'm just talking about head coaches because as far as the coordinators and other position coaches, them motherfuckers might be doing all kind of shit. The head coach might not have to because the goddamn position coaches is out there chewing ass. That could be the case. But I'm telling you right now, as far as the Texans is concerned, there ain't enough ass being chewed. It's not. Well, no, it's not. It's not. It's not enough ass being chewed. I need motherfuckers scared to go back to the guy. I want to see a motherfucker get a stupid ass penalty in the game, and instead of going back to the sideline, he be like, I know I quit. I'm just going to the locker room. I'm not even going. I'm not even going to the bench. I'm not going over there. I'd rather go back to the locker room. I'm not even going to the bench. Motherfucker just run off the edge of the field. He's so scared to go over there to the goddamn coach and get a goddamn whatever he finna get a goddamn can of unleashed on his ass. Where he just like, fuck it, I am going to the locker room. I'm not going over there to coach. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of players out there that do think that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we don't hear what's going on the sideline. You wouldn't be able to have an NFL game. The game would be muted to hell. You wouldn't be able to, everything would be like beep, 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 beep. You wouldn't be, you wouldn't be able to even, no, the shit is not fit for TV. I know that much. You know what I'm saying? I know that much. The shit is not fit for TV, so you're not finna get a whole bunch of goddamn, I think that's why when they do have people that's mic'd up, they let people know that they mic'd up, so you don't get caught saying some stupid ass shit, on when you mic'd up or you around somebody that's mic'd up. If you know you're around somebody who's mic'd up, then shit. Don't be telling dirty jokes on the sideline and shit like that. Would I do that? I don't know. I don't know if I would do that, but I would probably say some stupid shit on the sideline, just sitting there, say something retarded. And shit get caught on camera, caught on tape or whatever the fuck. And next thing you know, next thing that shit go viral. And nah, man. Can't happen, man. It can't happen. We gotta work with what the fuck we got. So I'm just, we gotta sit through it and just hope the Texans make some moves. I will watch. What time is it now? It is 3. Damn, I've been talking for a while. The other game is probably going in the fucking halftime by now. Goddamn. The Chiefs and let me see. Not the Chiefs. What the fuck? I'm still talking about the Chiefs. Refresh. Where's the refresh? The page you can. Oh, get the fuck out of here, dude. What you mean the page I'm looking for can't be found? Why my internet want to be acting all stupid? Uh-oh. Oh, come on, man. Close the goddamn window. Don't tell me the page I want. The page I'm looking for is right there. Here, you better open this shit.
Wow, Skoranek fighting for a little space. Can't get open on Humphrey, but just continue.
Skoranek.
Open and Russell the magician.
That's good.
Back here in the pocket. I mean, God, that does look exactly what he looked like, young KB. Getting out, rolling to his left.
Yeah.
Dot to Skoranek for the first down. That's Skoranek got 3 catches all year. He's got.
The first name I hear is Skoranek with the Steelers. You see a motherfucker out here playing. I think he only had 3 catches all year. And I'm sitting there thinking, I thought he was with the Texans earlier this year. That's happening. All your goddamn receivers and shit is hurt. You got 3 receivers out. And then the first thing I see is a motherfucker. I turn on the game and the first thing I see is a receiver that the Texans had earlier this year getting the catch. It's oh man, they got to do something. They got to do something, man. It's gonna be hard. I don't know who they gonna be playing in that first round, wildcard weekend, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Whoever they play, they got a chance to win. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna. But it's gonna depend on what happens with this next game, this Christmas game, because they got Baltimore coming up, and man, it's a good chance they might end up playing Baltimore in the first round. You end up playing Baltimore in the first round, I'm just as the Texans are just outclassed there. You know what I'm saying? It's another one of those games where I'm just like, they might just be better. You go in, you don't expect for them to win. You want to see how they play. You want to see how they play. And I'm hoping that's all I'm hoping for right now. Now that's kind of fucked up. How they play. How they play. I don't want to just be sitting here thinking about that shit the whole goddamn time. I ain't expect for them to win. I want to see how they play. Are they gonna show up? You know what I'm saying? Or you gonna just kind of get just blown the fuck out? You know what I'm saying? Or some shit like that. I think the Texans can avoid that, but I don't know. I don't know if they ain't gonna be able to stay in any goddamn games. The offense is not gonna fucking let them do it. The offense is not gonna let them do it. The defense can only do so much. You playing against good football teams. You're not finna hold them down forever. You know what I'm saying? You got all these goddamn people out here with these winning records. They got winning records for a reason. Their records are better than yours for a reason. You know what I'm saying? They are. The records are better than yours for a reason. But we gonna see. It ain't long. We got tomorrow for regular Sunday. They got Monday Night Football probably. And then you got the Netflix shit on fucking Christmas, where the Texans play. So they don't have time to be fucking around, shitting around. They don't. They really don't. They don't even have time to recover from this game. They don't even have time to recover from this game. So now that I'm thinking about it, depending on what happened with this goddamn Baltimore game here, unless you start seeing a whole bunch of Baltimore players go down, Texas is gonna get smacked on Christmas. They are. They gonna get smacked. I think they playing at home, but that's not gonna fucking matter. They gonna be undermanned like crazy. They gonna be undermanned like crazy unless they have a bunch of motherfuckers come. Well, that's not gonna make no goddamn difference either. I'm thinking where they have some people that come back, but if they out now, they not gonna be ready Monday. I mean Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if they out and inactive now, they not gonna be ready on Wednesday. They just not. So the Texans gonna go into that game behind the 8 ball already. They already undermanned. You down your second receiver. And at this point, you don't have anybody to take that spot. Your other tight end is out. You know what I'm saying? The offensive line, I don't know what happened with Shaq Mason. Once I watch some other post-game stuff, I'll figure out what happened with him. But more than likely, he ain't gonna be ready to go on Wednesday. It's looking bleak, man. Like I said, it's looking like they gonna have to limp into the goddamn playoffs. And I wanted them to go into the playoffs. I thought they was gonna go in. Hopefully, they was gonna go in playing well. You know what I'm saying? I hoping they were gonna go in playing well, but I don't know if that's gonna fucking happen. I don't know. They might, man. As far as I know, they might go into this next game and be like, "Fuck it," and just play a whole goddamn backup team. You know, we have a whole practice squad out there playing for the next 2 games. You know what I'm saying? I'm that's where I'm at right now. I'm just like, at this point, I don't care. You at where you at, as far as seeding is concerned. Just get to the goddamn playoff. That don't lose to Tennessee though. Goddamn, you got to at least win that game. You know what I'm saying? Don't lose the because you already lost to them once. Don't lose to Tennessee the last game of the season. That is likely to happen. You know what I'm saying? It really is. It's likely to happen. Whether it's a throwaway game or whatever the fuck you want to call it, I'm just like, that's one of them. I just don't lose to Tennessee. Because you'd already lost to them. Don't lose to them. We don't need the highlight of their season being that they beat the Texans twice. 7-7. Anyway, I'm finna watch this goddamn game. No, I'm not. The game is gonna be on. I'm finna turn on my Xbox and either fall asleep or play me some fucking Fallout 4. Cause my football interest is very low right now. So I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side.